The early 2000s. After the world didn't end on New Year's Eve in 1999, the following decade was defined by the dawn of the digital age. It definitely was not defined by a series of once-in-a-lifetime events. That would be nuts. But if I did have a nickel for every time I lived through a once-in-a-lifetime event, I would have a billion nickels, which is honestly too many nickels. Please, make it stop. Ow! Ow! But to many, the early 2000s was defined by fresh, new ideas that expanded the world of cinema. While a lot of movies today are attempts at cashing in on nostalgia by making remakes or sequels 20 years after the original film's release, films from the early 2000s just feel more unique. Recently, I've been watching a lot of cult classic movies from the early 2000s that I missed out on. Growing up, I never actually watched that many movies. If it didn't involve magical girls, baton twirling, or the power of friendship, I wasn't interested. I wanted to delve in and see what I missed out on growing up. While I have been watching these movies over the past few months, I find their plots are more original and out there. I feel like movies didn't take themselves too seriously. Working with the technology they had, the movies felt more real, but also less clean-cut, polished, or heavily edited. And honestly, I think that adds charm to films from this era. However, one thing that brings me right back to reality is just how poorly some of these movies have aged. One day while scrolling through YouTube, the 1 in a million scene from Miss Congeniality came up. While I've seen this clip before out of context, my spouse joked that this film is what turned them gay. Obviously, after hearing that comment, I needed to watch the film immediately. I then proceeded to spend the next 109 minutes asking, is she the villain in regard to Sandra Bullock's character, much to my spouse's confusion. In this video, I'm going to explain how Sandra Bullock's character in Miss Congeniality acts as a villain throughout most of the movie. Now, I feel like I need to preface this video by saying I am not calling Sandra Bullock out personally. She's an icon, a strong ally, and an amazing actress. She acted her butt off in this film. This is just a fun video about my hot take regarding this film. With that out of the way, let's dive right in, or should I say, let's strut right in. The film opens up on a playground, focusing on a little girl with glasses reading while everybody else is playing. This is our main character, Gracie Hart. She sees a boy being bullied and she takes matters into her own hands and beats up the bully. Good for you. She confesses that she likes this boy, but this boy rejects her, saying that she embarrassed him because now everyone is gonna think that he needs a girl to protect him. Well, kid, you kinda did. Girls kick ass. Maybe you should ask for lessons. This scene is trying to set Gracie up as the hero since she's standing up for the little guys. Don't be deceived. She literally proceeds to punch this boy in the face after his rejection. Is that hero-like to you? I mean, I'm not going to say he didn't deserve it. We then cut to Gracie as an adult reading in a restaurant because I guess they have to show us that she's still a smart girl, right? Well, kind of. It turns out she works for the FBI now and is on a sting operation trying to capture a Russian mob boss. Her book is actually a spy camera, high-tech 2000s. While I think this is subtle, I'm pretty sure everyone can see this giant blocky screen in her book. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. 4 minutes into the movie, one of her co-workers is already misogynistic, saying that one of the workers who's blocking her camera has 2 asses. I won't keep commenting on this, but literally every character in this movie is terrible except for the pageant girls. They get the visual confirmation they need, everybody pulls out their guns, and it seems like the case is closed. The mob boss starts choking, and Gracie goes against orders to save him, saying that his victims don't deserve him dying like this. The mob boss tries to pull a fast one on her, but this is where they show us that she could still kick ass just like she could when she was a child. During all the chaos, another agent gets hurt. When she gets home that night, we see that Gracie has some real anger issues. She hits her bed, she rips a TV dinner box apart and just throws it on the ground. She slams her microwave door repeatedly, and she somehow trips over everything. She then continues to take out her anger and frustrations out on a punching bag. I'm not a therapist, but is this a healthy way to process emotions? The next morning, she seems to get a call that's high priority as she slams a siren on the top of her car and speeds away. She then proceeds to drive so dangerously. She's peeling around turns so fast, her car is fishtailing. I totally knew what that was called before writing this script. Don't look at my search history. She rushes past intersections and then U-turns into oncoming traffic, fishtailing again, and parks halfway on a curb. She flashes her badge to get through a crowd of people, saying that this is official business. What is this official business that she risked other drivers' lives for, you ask? A Starbucks order for her entire department. What a gross misuse of power. Does this film take place in 2026? When she gets to work, all of the agents are debriefed on a new threat from a well-known terrorist, the Citizen. The threat is made in the form of a riddle. One of Gracie's co-workers, Eric, is selected to lead the operation of deciphering the riddle and catching Citizen. Despite brown-nosing with the Starbucks order, Gracie's pulled out of fieldwork for 2 weeks because she failed to follow orders the night prior. The riddle points to the upcoming Miss United States beauty pageant as the Citizen's next target. The men are clueless about what to do. Gracie has to give them all of the good ideas, which they take the credit for.
Surprise, surprise!
Gracie suggests that they need someone to go undercover. Somehow, the FBI has a full-body photo series of each agent. Creepy. Using that, they begin to search through all of the female agents. They then use some Grok AI technology to take all of the images of the female agents and put them in, you guessed it, bathing suits. Is there no HR department? No HR department, Grok AI technology. Are we sure this film isn't set in 2026? They go through all of the female agents acting like they are their own personal Barbie dolls. Creepy. They even throw food at the monitor for women that they don't like. What the hell? It's not just the men. Gracie is also taking part in making fun of all of these women. You can't be against the other girls. Also, I got my eye on you, lady. I saw you laughing. You're not escaping criticism. They finally put a bathing suit on Gracie because no one can see her as beautiful. And then they're like, wait a minute, this might actually work. Gracie does not want to go undercover, which would be fine if she didn't justify her reasoning by saying she doesn't want to be an airheaded bimbo who wants world peace. Like, come on, leave other girls alone. We cut to a gym where Eric and Gracie are arguing over her not wanting to go undercover. He comments that she just needs to do a few butt-shaping exercises and then proceeds to slap her ass. Is there no HR department in this universe? They fight, Gracie loses, and Eric proceeds to run his fingers over her groin creepily and slaps her ass again. For the 3rd time, is there no HR department in this universe? Like I said earlier, some movies just don't age well. Gracie agrees to go undercover but complains the whole time. She's like, why do women even do beauty pageants? Now, HR Nightmare Eric actually has some deep thoughts for once, saying,
scholarship money, chance to see the world, broaden your horizons, meet new people.
Honestly, that's a good answer. Gracie is like, what happened to feminism? While also saying that women who enter beauty pageants are catering to the misogynistic Neanderthal mentality. What happened to feminism? Girl, you're not acting like a feminist. You literally called them airheaded bimbos like 3 minutes ago. Stop tearing other women down. They meet with the contest coordinator who explains that this is a scholarship program. Good for these girls for trying to further their education. Believing Gracie to be a train wreck, the coordinator gives Gracie and Eric the phone number to one of the best beauty pageant coaches, Victor Melling. When they go to meet Victor, we're again reminded that this movie is from the early 2000s as we see Eric have extreme gay panic when Victor just places his hand on Eric's shoulder. In her meeting with Victor, Gracie has no respect for him. While he's talking, she's chewing with her mouth open with so much food in it. This isn't a comment on feminism. I would just be grossed out if anybody talked with their mouth open like this. He then proceeds to tell her his credentials, and she just rubs the top of her water glass, making it ring. Like, can she not show just an ounce of consideration? Did she get Freaky Friday'd and is secretly a child? Do you need help? He is spilling a juicy story and she can't even bother to pay attention. He starts giving her walking lessons and she's already being a baby about it.
Head up, keep gliding, keep gliding. I'm gliding here!
What are you, blind?
Asshole.
During her pageant training, Gracie continues to degrade other women who participate in pageants. She calls out some of these women's fake racks and says,
oh, if I only had a brain.
She's just assuming these girls are dumb, but it's literally a scholarship program. Earlier in the movie, Gracie said that the Russian mobster dying from choking wouldn't be right for his victims. Where is that energy here? She's supposed to be going undercover to protect the competitors and catch a citizen, and she's not even putting in an ounce of effort. She was fine learning Russian before. Why can't she learn how to walk in heels?
Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. They're the same picture.
After a beauty montage, Gracie gets on a bus to the pageant's welcome breakfast, where she meets Miss Rhode Island, Cheryl. Finally, a good character. As the bus is leaving, Gracie mumbles that she is heading to Barbietown. Surprise, surprise, another dig at women. This video essay about her being the villain is really writing itself. At the breakfast, all the pageant girls are so nice. They're all like, it's an honor to make it this far, and that it's important that they get the issues out that they want people to hear. Yes, advocacy. Sure, there's a little bit of a fight between some of the girls, but overall, the pageant girls are some of the only good characters in this movie. After Gracie struggles to learn to dance, Cheryl comes to visit her in her hotel room. Cheryl immediately says that she thinks Gracie's going to win the competition based off of how she handled an earlier tiff between some of the girls. Cheryl asks Gracie what her talent is going to be for the talent show, and Gracie proceeds to stick her foot in her mouth, saying it's secret, but nothing embarrassing like baton twirling. Of course, in typical movie fashion, this is what Cheryl is doing for her talent show. Hold on, maybe I should have watched this movie as a kid. Gracie smooths things over and smiles when Cheryl leaves. Is she making a friend? Are we seeing some actual character development? Gracie goes through more training where, again, she's annoyed and giving very minimal effort. Afterwards, there seems to be some budding romance between Gracie and Eric, but it seems kind of toxic, and we will not be talking about that. During the talent show, Gracie's talent is revealed to be playing cups, which is why they needed to show it earlier in the movie for context. So she wasn't Freaky Friday. There goes my only excuse for how she's acting. Gracie makes a scene when she jumps off the stage because someone has a gun. Apparently, it's fine because everybody has a gun in Texas. Sure, Jam. The head of the competition is pissed and not so vaguely threatens to kill her if she gets in her way.
You get in my way, I will kill you. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Are we just gonna ignore that? I guess so, okay. In her next training session with Victor, Gracie is of course half-assing it again. Victor calls her out on this, which good for him, saying that he's putting in so much work to get her pageant ready and she's not putting in any effort. He then presses her to find out why she acts the way she does, and she pulls a gun on him. I'm sorry, you're just waving that around at an innocent civilian? I see prison bars in your future, girl. She really doesn't want to talk about her feelings. I know I said it before, but she really needs therapy. Gracie is convinced not to quit by Eric. More budding romance happens, and then we move on to the next day of the pageant. Here, we get to see the iconic perfect date scene.
Describe your perfect date.
I'd have to say April 25th, because it's not too hot, not too cold. All you need is a light jacket.
She's just so innocent. She needs to be protected at all costs. Gracie convinces all the girls to go out so she can get more tea on Cheryl because for some reason, the FBI thinks that she's the citizen. That's their best guess because she protested in an animal rights activist group. This is really what this fake universe's taxpayer dollars are paying for. On the outing, the girls spill the tea. They say that the head of the competition, Kathy, is getting fired, and also that she cheated when she was a pageant girl. Okay. See, Gracie, if you put more effort into being a better person, I feel like you could have figured this out on day one. Gracie thinks Kathy is a citizen, and the FBI is like, actually, we already caught him. Gracie suggests there could be a copycat terrorist, but her boss is not having it. Eric also doesn't support her, so I guess there goes that budding romance. Gracie says she has to stay behind and protect her girls, and she hands over her gun and badge. Hi there, I'm the devil on Michael's shoulder, and I'm here today to play devil's advocate to say maybe Gracie isn't a villain. But first, let's move somewhere more comfortable. Feels like home. I know. You think the angel on Michael's shoulder should be talking about how Gracie is actually a good person, but he's indisposed right now. Anyway, it's obvious that Gracie has some character development throughout the film and grows as a person. She initially has the impression that all pageant girls are airheads and catering to the male gaze. But through her time undercover, Gracie gets to know the girls individually and finds that they are smart, complex individuals, each doing the pageant for their own reason. She is finally ready to support and protect them. Maybe she was written this way on purpose. In the early 2000s, society had a negative view of women who participated in pageants. Women just couldn't win. They were criticized if they were overweight, they were criticized if they were too skinny, and they were criticized if they entered beauty pageants. The lens Gracie views beauty pageants through is a parallel to how society viewed beauty pageants during that time. In my opinion, the movie does handle the beauty pageant portion with care. It's constantly reiterated that this is a scholarship program, showing that these women are trying to further their education. When the finalists are announced later on, they mention what their majors are, and some of them are really impressive. Sweet, innocent Cheryl is majoring in nuclear fission. How cool is that? The movie shows us us that women who participate in beauty pageants are multifaceted and are not just pretty faces. Typical beauty pageant tropes where the girls are catty and snarky with each other is barely used in this movie. The girls help each other out, namely Gracie, on multiple occasions, despite the fact that she's competition. On the flip side, while Gracie does not fit into the typical feminine box, we see eventually that she accepts a more feminine side of herself without compromising other aspects of her personality, namely her smarts, her problem solving, and her badassery. She's not just a tomboy, and she's not just pretty. Gracie and the other pageant girls don't need to fit into a nice, neat little box. Additionally, while Gracie always seems to have a problem making friends throughout the film, at the end of the film we see her finding a place in a group of adult women who are different from her, but they all have a mutual respect for each other. Anyway, just giving you something to think about. That was my part of the video. Let's go back to Michael. Left on her own with no support from her fellow agents, Gracie goes to apologize to Victor. He says he's proud of her, but that she needs to do the rest of this on her own. Good thing she has the best characters in the movie to help her out. That's right, all the pageant girls come to her rescue and help her get ready. We love women supporting women. One amazing camp dance scene later, Cheryl is crowned winner of Miss United States. It's revealed Kathy was the copycat citizen all along. Eric arrives and tries to get the controls for the bomb, which is hidden in the winner's crown. He is, of course, unsuccessful because what? That's right, men can't do anything right. It's up to Gracie, and she tries to snatch the crown from Cheryl's head. A fight ensues, but Gracie is able to throw the crown away right as it explodes, making sure no one is harmed. Well, except for Miss Texas, who got punched by Gracie and now has a broken nose. Kathy is arrested and the day is saved. All the girls host a breakfast to thank Gracie for saving them all, and they crown her Miss Congeniality. Did Texas vote for her to be Miss Congeniality as well with the broken nose? I'm just curious. We see that Gracie does have some character development at the end, saying that she really does just want world peace. While we do see some character development from Gracie, she spends about 75% of the movie acting like a bratty toddler who doesn't want to put their jacket on before they go to the store. She makes fun of other women, shows no respect to basically anyone, and blatantly misuses her authority as an FBI agent. Again, she points a gun at a citizen because he tried to take her donut and make her talk about her feelings. While her character may be a general stand-in for how society views beauty pageants, that doesn't mean I need to enjoy how bad society is. While I still call her a villain, that doesn't mean she can't be redeemed. She just needs to work on herself in therapy. That's all I have for you today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you want to hear me talk about more things that changed my brain chemistry. If you missed my last video, you can go ahead and watch it by clicking here. I hope you all have a great rest of your day or night, and I'll see you next time. Bye.